Right guys, welcome back to my channel. So tonight I'm going to have a very serious talk with you guys with regards to the DJI Phantom 3. Now this video is going to be totally unscripted, okay? So if I make mistakes, I make mistakes, but I'm just going to keep rolling with it. But yeah, again, I'm making this video because I want to get this information out within the drone community, so everybody knows, you know, what's going on, okay? So basically my drone is all packed up and it's ready to go back to DJI Europe. So it needs repair, okay? But why does it need a repair? Guys, I don't freaking know. I've never crashed it, I've done nothing. Instead, it seems to be something to do with the software or internal hardware. Because again, I've done nothing. There's no reason for the drone to break because I've done nothing, okay? It's like buying a new car. You buy a new car, you expect that car to take you from point A to point B. But what you don't expect is that 9 months down the road, that car is just going to break down on its way to point B. It's the same with the DJI Phantom 3. I expect the DJI Phantom 3, you know, to move from point A and fly over to point B. But now it just refuses to leave point A, and I don't know why. So have a look at this video, guys. Look at this. Right guys, so you need to see this with regards to the DJI Phantom 3. Now, as you can see up here in the middle, I'm getting a sensor error. And it says restart aircraft, and no matter what I do, okay, it won't solve the problem. Now, if I click on the sensor error, we can see that it says overall status abnormal. When we click on abnormal, we can see that it says IMU initialization field and a barometer error. Now, I've tried fixing the what's called IMU. I've tried fixing that, but you know, it's not solved it. So I'm a little bit confused, but yeah, you know, it keeps on popping up, you know, these messages, and I don't know if this is something to be really concerned about. So I'm just going to go outside and see if I can actually get this thing flying. Right guys, so you've just watched that video, and let me show you this. Have a look at this. So we can see up here it says main controller data error. Now I've got no idea what that means at all. I've googled it, there's very little information on it, and then as we go along we also get this one. It says it's a sensor error, restart aircraft. I've restarted the aircraft, I've done everything, and then as we move on again we see that the aircraft status is abnormal, and then the radio channel quality is poor, and then if we move on from that we see that we've got an IMU initialization field, and then beneath that we have a barometer error, and then it says restart aircraft, and if that doesn't work contact DJI support. Okay, so I tried everything. Oh, let me actually tell you this. I actually googled this first, and I found out that because it says main controller data error, I thought that it's the remote control speaking to the DJI Phantom 3. So what I decided to do was the RC linking thing. You know, where you make your remote control beep, and then you go over to your DJI Phantom 3 and you press that little button at the back of DJI Phantom 3 in order to link it with your remote control. So I done that, But when I switched the entire system back on again, guess what I got? I got nothing. Nothing whatsoever. A blank screen. So the problem had gone from worse to even worse than worse. So it was at this point that I had to contact DJI support. So I got on the internet, went onto the website, and I started speaking to an online representative. And his name was Anthony. And you know, I basically explained to Anthony what was happening. I basically showed him that I got these errors. I got the main controller data error. Then from that, I got the sensor error. And from that, I got the overall status being abnormal, and it was an IMU initialization field. Now, Anthony straight away, once he heard the IMU initialization field, once he heard it was that, he then said to me, oh, it needs to come in for repair. And I'm here thinking to myself, like, well, what is it? You must know, if it's going in for repair, you must know what this problem is. Would I be right or wrong in thinking like this, people? But again, as soon as I said IMU initialization field, Anthony said it needs to come in for repair. But then I said to Anthony, I said, look mate, I've only told you the worst part. I've not told you the worse than worse part. And then I went back and said, because it says main controller data error, then I carried out this maneuver with it. And I explained to him that, you know, I done a whole RC linking thing, and now it's just not communicating with the controller whatsoever. So like after about an hour of going back and forth and back and forth, Anthony said to me, okay, what you want to do is you want to hold C1, C2, press the record button at the same time, then your remote control will start beeping. Once it starts beeping, then press, let me get this right, yeah, then move your right wheel, you know, on the one that does your exposure value, move that to the side, and then all of a sudden, you know, you will go into the linking mode with the DJI Phantom 3. So that worked. And then I went over to the DJI Phantom 3 and I pressed the button at the back of it and I was connected again. So that means I got my camera back onto my tablet, right? So what we had done is we had gone back to the worst case. Remember, we were at the worse than worse. So now we've gone from the worse than worse back to just the worse. And then we ended up seeing that we were still getting that message. You know, the IMU, let me find it again, getting the IMU initialization field error and the barometer error. And then it was at this point where Anthony said, look, you need to send that drone in for repair. Now, when he said that, I was thinking to myself, well, what are you saying? Are you saying that you want me to pay for the repair? Or is DJI going to repair it for free? Because bearing in mind, it says main controller data error. And if you go on DJI's website, it will say MC under warranty. It says MC 12 months. So if I take MC for 12 months, MC to me would stand for main controller. So that tells me that because I bought my DJI Phantom 3 in February, that makes my Phantom 3 only 9 months old. I've had 37 flights with my DJI Phantom 3. I have all my written logs here in this folder. So that's telling me it's not pilot error. I never crashed it. So surely DJI should be kind enough and honor their own policy with regards to this MC stuff. Because again, you know, it's not going to be very fair if I have to pay to get my DJI Phantom 3 fixed when, again, we're going back to it. I mean, again, I paid for my DJI Phantom 3 on credit. So I'm thinking to myself, you know, if I got any rights under the consumer credit, you know, protection thing, I'm looking into that side of things. But again, guys, you know, how do I feel about this entire situation? Just let me get a drink. By the way, if you want to buy a Camera Talk UK mug, give me a shout and I'll sort you out. Just wire me over the money and we'll get you one. But let me get a drink. So yeah, so how do I feel about it? I feel gutted, and I'll tell you why I feel gutted. Because I had only recently started to invest in my DJI Phantom 3. So there was me. I first started off with a smartphone. I had a Samsung Galaxy S4 and I was using that, you know, as my main screen to run the DJI Go app. But then I broke that phone and then I thought, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to invest in a tablet. So I bought a nice tablet that gives me excellent, you know, view of what my camera is seeing in the sky. So I invested in my tablet, and then it was only the day before yesterday, okay, that I actually decided to buy a second battery. So I spent over £100 on buying a second battery, and then, sorry, let me explain this. My battery was to be delivered today, but I missed the guy. I wasn't in, so I missed the guy who was delivering my second battery. But last night was when I found out that my DJI Phantom 3 is broke for no apparent reason other than this main controller data error. So as you can see, I'm pretty gutted because one, I've invested in a new tablet. Two, I've invested in a second battery. It's not a third-party battery, it's a genuine DJI battery, okay? And again, for no reason whatsoever, my DJI Phantom 3 decides to have this main controller data error and sensor error, you know, stuff. So this brings me on to my next point. When I was speaking to the DJI support guy on the internet and we were going into the DJI Go app, he's asked me to go here, but instead what do I get? I just get pushed whenever I press, you know, when you press to enter camera. Well, I kept accidentally pressing the bloody shop. So the DJI Go app was taking me to the shop to educate me about the DJI Inspire 4, blah, 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 Mavic, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I think it's these updates that is the problem. Let me explain this. When I very first got my DJI Phantom 3 drone 9 months ago, I had learnt the layout of my app. My map was on the left hand side, the bottom left hand side. And now, due to a recent update, which bear in mind it's always forced on us, we have no choice, we are forced to accept these updates. So I got updated, and what I noticed now is that my map is now over on the right hand side, and instead I have that little circle radar thing, which is good, by the way. It is good, but that's not on the left side. But nonetheless, DJI has changed my layout, right? I now have to close my map in order to access, you know, certain camera features. It's a pain in the backside because it's all forced on you. So it's my conclusion that whatever DJI has done on their side with regards to this update has had a bad effect on my drone, right? So that is where I am coming from. So what's happened now is that I spent the entire night last night, okay? Because it's happened, it has to go back. I filled out all the paperwork. Now, guys, I'm not angry. I'm just frustrated. I even said that to Anthony, you know, at DJI support yesterday. I'm not angry. I'm just merely frustrated. Because again, I've invested in a new tablet, I've invested in a brand new genuine DJI Phantom battery, and all of a sudden my drone decides that it just doesn't want to fly no more. So I spent all night filling out the paperwork, okay? I've put in my aircraft serial number, my camera's serial number, the actual remote control serial number. So I've documented all the serial numbers. I've taken photographs of the drone. So actually what I'm going to do after this video, excuse me guys, after this video I'm actually going to video the entire drone. So if anything happens in transit, I have totally got evidence to prove that my drone was in immaculate condition, like new condition, before it left me on its way back to DJI. So nobody can say, oh, you crashed it, because I didn't. Again, it's all internal. So yeah, I filled out all this paperwork. I've managed to include a copy of my receipt. And then down here at the bottom, it says, you know, enter information about what the problem is. And this is what I've written on my notes. So listen to this, guys. Okay, troubleshooting. I've put IMU initialization field / sensor error, because that's what's coming up. Date of incident, 21st of the 11th, 2016. Right, and then it says here, gives a description. So this is what I've written. I've written steps taken by myself to try and correct the defected DJI product is 1. A firmware upgrade. I didn't tell you that. I've got to tell you that, guys. I actually did a firmware upgrade as well to see if that worked. It successfully installed the upgrade, but it didn't solve the problem, so that didn't work. 2, I tried the remote control linking method. Okay, that didn't work. 3, I contacted DJI online support, was informed that the IMU initialization failure error can only be fixed by sending the defected product back to DJI themselves. And then in my notes, I've put, please note, I have only operated this aircraft under normal flying conditions, which I have. Okay, I have never ever crashed my Phantom 3 Advanced, which is true because I've never even had a near miss, right? And then I've put, and as you can see, after 37 minutes worth, after 37 flights, then the drone and propellers are still in immaculate condition. Guys, I am still, it's been 9 months now, okay, 37 flights, and I am still using the same 4 propellers that I did 9 months ago when I very first took it out of the box. So that should tell you how immaculate of a condition my drone really is in. So I put at the bottom, I believe that my drone is still protected under DJI's own written warranty policy, and that DJI should be honourable and honour their own policy. Again, it's a 9-month-old drone. DJI's warranty for MC, main controller data error, is for 12 months. So I'm not holding my breath, but I strongly feel inclined that DJI should fix my drone for free under their warranty policy. So yeah, guys, you know, it's very, very frustrating. Again, I've not been angry about it. I've not been crying about it. As a matter of fact, you guys on Facebook have been more angry about it than me. And then I've got lots of people that's actually supporting me as well, you know, like saying, you know, we love seeing the photographs that you take with the DJI Phantom 3. So we do hope that, you know, you get it fixed for you ASAP. So the thing is, guys, you know, you don't have to crash in order to have your DJI Phantom 3 break on you. You know, you can wrap it up in cotton wool like I have and mother it in night, you know, just keep it in pristine condition. And then all of a sudden, from what I can see, update through the DJI Go app can just, boom, kill your drone. Just kill it like that, because that is the only explanation that I can understand to why my drone is just now dead. Guys, I'm going to move on now. I'm going to keep you updated. I'm sorry it's been a long video, but I really needed to get this off my chest because, again, it's very frustrating. Because the moment I started to trust my aircraft and I started investing more into it, is the exact moment it just lets me down and just breaks my heart. So right, guys, I'll keep you updated on the process. I've now got an email from is it UPS delivery company, so they're now waiting for me to print off the, you know, ticket, and then once I've done that, they'll come collect the DJI Phantom 3 and then it's going to be gone. But you know, it's coming up to Christmas and I honestly see myself now missing out on winter, you know, missing out on these short nights. So I won't be able to do nighttime photography. So my drone is just basically, I've got nothing to do over winter now. My plans for winter are now ruined. They're spoiled, they're gone. You're going to have a better Christmas than what I'm going to have. Anyway, guys. So, right, guys, I'm going to move on. Thank you for watching the video. And I'll keep you guys posted on updates. See y'all later.